up, all my fight fans? So I want to talk to you guys about something. There's been a little beef going on with Jorge Masvidal and DC. Now, according to, well, let's start from the beginning. The whole beef started after, obviously, Leon Edwards won the title over Kamaru Usman. And there's been the discussion about who should be the next challenger. DC automatically came out and said that Jorge Masvidal, even though Jorge Masvidal had tweeted and said, well, I guess we're going to London, guessing that he would get the automatic title shot due to the history with Leon Edwards. And DC came out and said, you know what? It won't be right for Jorge Masvidal to get that title shot right away. All to the fact of the respect that, when Jorge was on top, he didn't even call out Leon's name. He gave him that 3-piece in a soda back in 2019 in, I want to say, London. It was after the Darren Till fight. Leon Edwards, Jorge Masvidal exchanged words. Jorge Masvidal gave him a few punches, and that was that. We never heard of anything else. And Jorge went on to do other things while Leon Edwards, tried to do his best to get to that title. We fast forward 3 years later. Jorge Masvidal is kind of on a 3-fight losing streak. He did lose to Kamaru Usman twice and lost to Colby Covington, where now Leon Edwards is the champion. And, Daniel Cormier, in a sense, is right. He did not call out his name whatsoever. He did not try to challenge Leon Edwards. They didn't try to go for a fight. Jorge Masvidal just went up and tried to get bigger and bigger fights. I believe they were scheduled at one point last year in December, but I think Jorge pulled out with an injury, if I'm correct. And Leon Edwards just wanted to, get that title, and he decided to wait, and here he is now, the new champ of the welterweight division. So with that said, Jorge Masvidal decides to come back and fire back, saying that, he was probably upset that I didn't do an interview on his podcast when he was fighting, and that, he's just saying a lot of words. And DC had nothing tried to do his respect. It wasn't like that. He just feels like Kamaru Usman should automatically get that title shot first, and so forth and so forth. Well, guys, I want to say this. Is DC right or is he wrong? Me personally, he's both. Why? I know it's kind of wrong to say that, but he is right. Kamaru Usman definitely deserves that title shot. 100% deserves that title shot after everything he's done in the octagon, defending this title multiple times. He never really went for that money fight, honestly. He could have easily said, hey, you want to face Conor. He could have tried to get this Diaz fight. He could have even moved up in weight. I know he was talking about that. But nonetheless, he definitely deserves the title shot next. But this is all going to the assumption of what would happen if Kamaru Usman decides to wait. He decides to, you know what, let me take some time, let me heal up better, let me get better training in, and he'll see Leon Edwards in summer. And Leon Edwards decides to go for that title. Now, this is where DC kind of, it looks a little bad for him. Ali Dalabzib, if I'm saying that last name wrong, please correct me, is the manager of Kamaru Usman and also Khabib, which makes, in multiple videos we've seen Ali train at AKA. He is really good friends with DC. So it does kind of make sense why DC would definitely want Kamaru Usman, other than the fact that, yes, it is the right thing to do, but being the fact that he is good friends with Ali. So, of course, he would want Ali's guy to get that shot. Because, again, he is not wrong. DC's not wrong. After everything that Jorge's done, he never gave Leon Edwards that shine. He never gave him that chance. Now Leon Edwards is in the driver's seat. Only thing I say why it's wrong is because if I was Leon Edwards, I would definitely go for that. Because Jorge Masvidal is a big name and a much more winnable fight than Kamaru Usman. Yes, it is right for you to do that. It is right for you giving him that title shot, Kamaru Usman. But if Kamaru Usman decides to wait it out, I would not go with Colby Covington. It's a very less likely fight for you to win, being how skillful Colby is. And it's not a super big draw. Jorge is a big draw. Jorge is a big pay-per-view star. Jorge is a big money fight and more of a winnable fight. No disrespect to Jorge. He's still very skillful, but out of those three, Jorge is the less, now it's not the less, but the more likely chance of Leon Edwards winning his belt. Now that Leon Edwards has this belt, I preferred him to get those money fights, because it's not by luck he won this. It was straight up technique. He caught Kamaru Usman the right time, right place. He set him up perfectly, and he's the champ. It was not luck. But the chances of him regaining this strap is very, very difficult because he is now in the room with killers. We've seen how Hamzat is. We're going to see how he does against Nate Diaz. And then we know Kamaru Usman is no punk, 100% pound for pound, or was the pound for pound. Definitely top 5 greatest welterweights of all time. So if I was him, I would definitely want to challenge that Nate Diaz. I would definitely want to challenge that Jorge Masvidal. Get your money. Get your money. Because even though it's a big fight, it is not a Jorge and Nate Diaz caliber fight, pay-per-view fight, like these guys. Like Nate and Jorge, those guys are big pay-per-view draws. No disrespect to Kamaru Usman, but not a super big pay-per-view draw. Great fighter, but not a big pay-per-view draw. So that's where I stand. Yes, Jorge does not deserve a title shot. 100%. He has not won a fight since, I think, Nate Diaz. That's 2019, and here we are 3 years later. So that's where I am at with it. I would like, of course, the right thing, Kamaru Usman, but I would not be mad if Jorge Masvidal got that shot, or if somehow Nate Diaz wins this fight against Hamzat and he gets that shot. 100% no, would not hate it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about this whole DC and Jorge Masvidal fight? Or, excuse me, not fight, but little disagreement that they're having. Is DC right or is DC wrong? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.